So much excitement around the recent release of Brimstone, and this is a book that I am definitely excited to get to. However, there is one problem. I have yet to read Quicksilver, so I thought it would be really fun to binge Quicksilver and Brimstone back to back. I absolutely love binging series. It's one of my favorite ways to read, but of course, because it's me, I had to add a little challenge in there somehow. So I thought it would be really fun to see if I can read Quicksilver and Brimstone within 24 hours. Now, these are some chunky boys, so we'll see how we do and how close to 24 hours, if we exceed 24 hours. And they are both over 600 pages. I believe this one is 609 pages and this one is 660 pages. So getting a little bit closer to 700 pages. So we'll see how many hours it takes me to binge both of these. I even have the old cover, so if you can't tell, it's been on my radar for a while. So it's about time we dive in. 17 and I'm so fucking obsessed. I honestly understand the hype 1000%. Officially 6 hours in. I'm actually at one of my favorite reading spots. I'm not going to get out because it looks like there's potential for rain and I definitely don't want these books to get rained on, but I am going to sit here and read for a little bit. I made it to chapter 32, so I'm flying through this book. I think it just reads really fast, and even though it looks super chunky, because it kind of is, it also doesn't feel as chunky as it is because of how fast that I'm reading it. And I think it's because there's never a lull. There's always something really interesting happening. And I don't think I ever gave you the synopsis of this book. This is about Saris, and she is an alchemist. She has powers with metals, and she ends up stealing a enchanted gauntlet because she's also a thief, and so she steals an enchanted gauntlet and gets transported to the Fey world, and that's where we meet the infamous Kingfisher. I'm sure if you've heard about this series, you've heard about Kingfisher, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this story. I'm really enjoying it, and I totally understand why people absolutely devour this series. It's so good, and I cannot wait to get to Brimstone and see also how this all ends out. And I didn't know that there was vampires involved as well, because there's this war going on between the Fae and the vampires, and she definitely gets thrown into the middle of that when she gets transported to the Fae world. And to her, the Fae were always a myth. So it was definitely a surprise for her when she got transported to this alternate world and she's realizing, like, wait, Fae are real. And so I thought that was really interesting as well. I'm really enjoying, honestly, all the characters. I really enjoy every single one of them. And I'm so curious where this is gonna go. I feel like the ending of this, I don't know. I have some thoughts, and I'm definitely nervous to get to the end of this. And I know that I'm probably going to finish this in the next hour and a half if I'm going at the speed that I'm going at. I am immersive reading it, so I am listening to the audio. I'm listening to it on 2.4 speed. However, I'm reading faster than the audio, so that's not really changing my time much, except for the fact that I actually think it's slowing it down a little bit, just simply because when I am physically reading it, I'm tearing through the pages even faster, because I'm so curious where things are going, and there's always something new happening, which I'm really enjoying. And I don't know, I'm obsessed. That's all I have to say. I'm genuinely obsessed, and I'm having the best time. I'm so glad that I'm able to binge these back to back, and that's kind of why I think I did hold off on reading this, because I had the original copy and I've had it for a long time, but I knew that I wanted to read the books back to back, because I hate starting a series that you absolutely love and then having to wait for the next book. I mean, it's exciting a little bit, but then also, like, you forget certain details, and I feel like it makes the next book even better when you pick it up, when you do read them back to back. So I'm super happy that I'm able to do this, but I think I'm definitely going to finish everything within the 24 hours. My loan is expiring this evening, so I might have to finish up the rest of my hours on Spotify or just physically read the rest of it. But I am enjoying the audiobooks so well. I think they're really good audiobooks, and so that is kind of the main reason I wanted to listen to them, because I have heard how good the audiobooks were. So I wanted the experience of immersive reading it, and I feel like it's enhancing my experience and making everything so much more vivid. So I'm really enjoying that. So I definitely want to finish on audio. I do think it's possible that I could finish Brimstone before then, but I still have an hour and a half left on Quicksilver, and then I'll have to pick up Brimstone, and that will probably take me about 10-11 hours. I'm not really sure in total. Well, I don't know. At the rate I'm going, it could take me, but I think Brimstone's a little longer. So yeah, I probably would take, my guess is 10.5 to 11 hours. So we'll see at the end if I'm right, but I'm gonna read for a little before I have to head out. I don't have a ton of time to sit here and read, so I'm just gonna try to bask in every moment that I can. It's a gorgeous, gloomy day, and honestly, it's like cold, but it's not too cold, so it's perfect reading weather to just hang out in my car and read for a little bit. And you can't really go out on the property here, so I have to stay like right here even if I do get outside my car. But I just love spending time reading out here. It's one of my favorite reading spots, and I just feel like it makes the story come so much more alive, especially a fantasy reading in this gorgeous woodsy area. It's everything, truly. Like, what was that chapter? Oh my god. Wow. I can just imagine Fisher going, "Where is it?" Like, yeah. They better watch out. Fisher's gonna make sure that he gets his revenge about that one. That was so sad, though. Oh. Things are definitely picking up war battle wise right now, and yeah. I'm not gonna be able to put this down. I have to put this down in a few minutes, and I genuinely I don't want to put this down. Like, what? You're telling me I have to stop reading? Like, I'm so mad because right when things are heating up to a whole new level, I have to put the book down. And how dare I not be able to just nonstop read forever? Like, what is that? I have to do life things? You mean I can't just sit here and read forever? It is getting a little chilly, I will say that, but it's so gorgeous. I don't want to leave this spot. I'm definitely coming back here tomorrow. I just have this little chunk left. I'm on chapter 44, page 546, and we are 16 and a half hours in, so we're definitely going to finish everything in the 24-hour mark. There is a little bonus chapter which is included in this chunk, and then we also have a bonus chapter from Quicksilver, and then additionally I did download Kingfisher's POV from Hoopla, the library app, and so I'm not really sure if that is the chapter that was in the end of Quicksilver, because I believe that's from Kingfisher's point of view, but I'll have to go back and look, and if it's the same thing, obviously I'll let you know. But we are literally wrapping everything up, and I am obsessed. This world has just started to become so comforting to me. I am just loving the characters more and more and just becoming more and more connected to them. I already loved them before, but now I'm just obsessed. Like, I'm so happy to be able to continue on in this world, and I love how much we're getting to see of Carrion and how much we're getting to know him on such such a deep level. I feel like we already were starting to get to know him before, but especially through Brimstone, we are getting so much of his backstory. We are learning so much about him and his motivations and the things that he cares the most about, and I really appreciate that. And we are getting to see so much of his classic sense of humor, which I absolutely love, and he just really brings this story to life. And then we also get to learn so much more about Archer, which is really fun, and I'm honestly just so stressed with these characters. They are going through so much, but I'm having the best time. Even though like my heart is racing in certain moments, I'm like, everyone needs to make it out of this situation and be okay and come out the other side, or else like I'm going to literally bawl my eyes out, because I just, like I said, I'm so comforted by this world at this point. I'm so excited to see what the next book is going to bring. Definitely nervous how this is all going to end out, but I have had the best time reading this, and every time I listen to it, I literally forget I'm reading. I forget. I've been transported, and I just feel like these characters just feel so alive just because of how well we get to know them and their personalities. And I don't know, I'm just having the best time with this, so I'm very excited. But we are getting to the very end, which is also sad. I'm definitely probably gonna have to do a reread of both Quicksilver and Brimstone before the third book comes out, but that is definitely no sweat off my back. So I'm gonna finish up and I will let you know what the total hours are, how close we made it to the 24-hour mark, if we actually truly did make it, and also my final thoughts. But I can tell you right now, I couldn't see a world where this isn't a 5-star as well. So I'm gonna go find out how this ends and then cry about it being over. So the official time ended up being about 20.5 hours, because Kingfisher's point of view on Hoopla ended up being 2 hours and 15 minutes. It took me a little less than that, and then I also read the 2 bonus stories in the back of Brimstone and Quicksilver, and so that brings us to a total of 20.5 hours. So we did read Quicksilver and Brimstone and all the extra bonus chapters in under 24, so I did make it, which is really great, and I had the best time. I absolutely adored this series, and I cannot wait to read the next book in the series. I had the best time. I was so immersed. I can't even tell you. I literally forgot I was reading through most of it, and I am so invested in so many of these characters and where our characters go next. But the bonus chapter in the end of Brimstone literally broke my heart. It was about Carrion, and the last 2 sentences almost had me tearing up. Like, that is so sad. I want to hear more though. I wish that I got a little bit more. It felt definitely way too short. It was such a tease. Like, it was truly a tease, because I'm like, I wanted to hear more details. Like, I don't know, I was so invested. I love Carrion as a character. He is hilarious, and he truly just like makes the series. I mean, he's a huge part of what makes the series, I should say. And I love when his character comes up. I'm always gritting. So I'm so excited to see, like I said, where the next story goes, hear more of him and his story, and I hope he's just as prominent in the next book. But I'm so glad that I read this. It was phenomenal, and I had the best time filming this. So I'm actually at my storage, so I'm gonna be putting this in storage hopefully for only a few weeks. Things are kind of wrapping up, and I'm really excited to share more with you. But regardless, I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you in the next one soon. Bye.